Welcome back. Our conversation with Boston Mayor Michelle Wu continues now with some of the big transportation challenges facing the city. So I know you're a regular MBTA commuter. Of course, we know the Orange Line was shut down for a month for a massive overhaul. Are you satisfied with the results?
We were not left with great choices by this point. You know, I'm a mom. I tell my kids all the time about cleaning their room or doing something they want to do. If you don't do it now, you're going to have to do it later. And that's kind of where we are, that we had to take care of a big, big challenge because of decades of passing the buck on down. So they did a lot of work, condensed years of work into a 30-day period. We're not there yet. Clearly, the frequency isn't there. We're stuck, kind of still shaking our fists sometimes from the platform. But what I do know is that this shows what's possible. If we could, on 2 weeks' notice, mobilize a whole alternative transportation system, see bike lanes and bus lanes and everyone getting around the city differently, we can really prioritize transportation if we want to.
Do you think that additional shutdowns will be needed, not only the Orange Line, but on other lines as well?
Now, I'm not in the weeds of all of the MBTA's various plans, but I do know that the Orange Line had been in the worst shape out of all the lines. And so there's a lot of factors that go into that, and one is the sheer number of substitute buses that were needed. It's hard to book that many buses at one time, so I think we had a window, they took it, and I'm glad that they did.
You advocated for free bus service when you were running for office, and that has been put into place. Tell us how that experiment is going.
It's been amazing watching how life-changing sometimes a small little tweak to your daily routine can be. We have 3 bus lines that are some of the busiest in the city because there are no financial barriers to ride now. These 3 lines, the 23, the 28, and the 29 bus, serve 60% low-income residents, 96% residents of color in the immediate area, and we've seen that people now are not having to worry or schedule out or ration their trips. We want to see this grow throughout other cities in the MBTA footprint, but also across the system. And I'm very glad that at least some of in the governor's race, this has been part of the conversation. Thank you so much to Attorney General Healy for making sure that this part is in her platform as well.
Do you think that the current bus network and bus routes that are, as they're set up now, actually serve city residents well? If not, what changes would you propose?
The fastest way to get from point A to point B on our public transit system is by subway. You bypass all of the traffic above ground and you're not affected by a crash that might be causing a backup or a light that's out or something else. And so our buses are always going to be reflective of the traffic patterns. We're doing everything we can to carve out designated bus lanes so they can move faster. Actually not paying for the bus also means that people board faster, and that adds up to a lot of efficiencies in the routing and how many more trips the buses can make. But we need to see more improvement for sure in the accessibility and who can rely on public transit. Stunning
statistic. Black riders spend 64 hours more per year on the bus than other riders.
That's right. The buses historically, and this statistic is from a couple years ago now, but the bus lines that tend to serve riders of color are longer routes, get stuck in traffic more often, get more delayed from the routes. And when we had seen years ago, when there were needs in other parts of the system, those were the first buses to get pulled off. And so that is something that might be the fastest way to focus on equity, is to make our buses reliable and accessible to all.
Now, you sent a letter last month to T General Manager Steve Poftak outlining your concerns about the T. What was his response to your correspondence?
He's been extremely visible and has been in contact with me and with mayors across the region throughout the Orange Line shutdown. We did have a conversation with him recently as part of the Metro Mayors group about the bus service and the bus plan. So I know a lot of other mayors are still submitting feedback. The T was going to take one more round at revising some of their plans and then go out for another round of public feedback.
Bike service, bike usage went up as the Orange Line shut down. Any plans to propose continued use and support for biking in and around Boston?
Yeah, we expected to see some additional ridership, but this way surpassed what we even imagined. When Blue Bikes, our bike share system, was made free, the system broke 7 records in the span of just a few weeks for ridership. Time and again, more people than ever before deciding they could actually get there a little faster. The key challenge here is we need infrastructure to make sure these trips are safe for everyone, and particularly in an equitable way across our neighborhood. So we're making an investment there, but it has to go hand in hand with pedestrian safety, with public transit, and all the other ways that we're moving people around Boston.
Can I take you back to an education question? How are you and the new school superintendent, Mary Skipper, working to make sure that the Boston Public Schools don't end up in receivership?
Yeah, there's a clear plan in place that we had negotiated with the state right prior to when Superintendent Skipper started, and she is in regular communication. The Boston Public Schools and the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education are in close coordination on all of those goalposts. The city met each one of our first round of commitments and goals. That was an August 15th date, and we continue to work particularly on the bus on-time rates, but this is a partnership that involves technical support and oversight from the state and lots of conversation and collaboration.
Not like other cities across the country, enrollment in Boston public schools has dropped. It's dropped here by 15% since 2015. Lay out more specifics about school closings, which buildings might close, and other specifics on costs.
When I first became a active guardian at that point, but involved in the Boston Public Schools, raising my sister, there were about 57,000 students in the system. Not too many years later, less than a decade later, we're down to about 46,000 students in the same number of buildings in large part. And so many of our buildings now, there's a lot more space there. We are, the same fixed costs are stretched thin now because there are fewer students in those seats. So this is not just a Boston situation, but we do know that the more that we can provide an attractive, competitive, I would say, supportive, nurturing environment for our young people, the more that we can ensure that families are choosing the Boston Public Schools as well. Now, in the meantime, we're doing everything we can to renovate our school buildings and present a real facilities plan to create the partnerships so that academics has every possible supports from our anchor institutions in the city, and to ensure that we're really targeting the needs coming out of the pandemic. This has shaken everyone, so the social emotional piece is very important.
I think a lot of observers of the Boston Public Schools are frustrated because we get a new superintendent every couple of years, and it feels like we're going back to the start line every time we have a new person in charge of the Boston Public Schools.
Yeah, I have visited so many of our schools, have sat with every single one of our high schools over the last few years to really get their views, and that instability was a key driver of morale being low, of other issues in the district. Our leader now knows Boston Public Schools inside and out, and so I think there were a couple factors. We've been led by incredible leaders in the last few cycles, but many of them had a steep learning curve when it came to doing the job and being a superintendent for the first time of a major city district, and also getting to know Boston. It was very clear for the search committee, the school committee, and myself, we needed to hit the ground running. Mary Skipper has worked in the district for decades, from a classroom teacher to school leader to administrator, has led a district right here in Massachusetts in Somerville for 7 years. And so she really brings that love for Boston, the knowledge, and she, like me, whenever we hear of an incident, gets right down to the details of what was involved and how do I get out there and see what's happening.
You're going to stay with us for one more segment? I hope so.
Can't wait.
Boston's Green New Deal. It's more than just a campaign promise for the mayor. We're going to ask her about some of her plans for Boston next on Cityline.